Well, hello there, and welcome to this message and meditation. I'm so happy that you're here. My name is Maria Aleandra. You can call me MA. Welcome. This message I am titling Fresh Start February. And it goes a little bit deeper than just a fresh start, right? That sort of eternal symbolic reset button that we oh so love to press. It's always felt to me like January really is a bridge between the old calendar year and the new calendar year. It's almost this month that combines energies of both, in this case, 2023, 2024. So while we can, of course, approach the new year with a sense of enthusiasm and a sense of renewed energy, it really isn't until February that energetically, even Mother Earth is starting to really embrace the new. And so it makes sense that in our system, January may still be the month where we feel kind of in this in-between space. And then once we reach February, there is a possibility for renewal and awakening. As I record this, it's February 1st. Whenever you listen to this, know that the intention is to bring you into a space of renewal and refreshed perspective and energy for you. So it's good to listen to and experience anytime. And today we have the additional benefit of it being infused with the energy of imbolc, which is one of the festivals, quarter festival in the wheel of the year. And it puts us in this space between the winter and the spring. And so it is this symbolic moment when spring, although it's still a little bit further down our path, it begins to whisper its awakening energy. It's like it begins to unfurl itself from the darkness of winter and begins to reach our soul, our heart, our mind. So I invite you to embrace the energy of renewal and really see this as a fresh start. Dare I say, we can see this as the beginning of 2024, if that feels good for you. Embrace everything you've already gone through and created over this last calendar month. And also just look at it with a new, fresh set of eyes, a fresh new page. Now, on the other hand, I can also see that it can be very true that you might be listening to me and going, MA, that sounds really great and fantastic, but it doesn't sound very accessible. Like maybe I can pretend to hit the reset button, and yet things in my life and certainly things in the world feel really raw and uncertain and vulnerable and intense. And so if you're experiencing any of this and looking at the idea of a fresh start kind of with a suspect, like, is that just like almost like a superficial way of approaching things? This is especially for you because that's what I've been feeling myself. And in my quest to be the most authentic medicine woman I can be in every moment in time, I want to bring that energy into this space. I want to bring the energy of the reality of looking at, fresh start as this kind of, I'm just going to go say it. Sometimes it feels like a superficial thing that it's like, well, maybe I can fake it till I make it, but it doesn't really seep into the true spiritual core, the juice, if you will, of who you are, where your true power really lies. So in the meditation that I'm going to share and bring through in just a little bit after the message, that's precisely what we're going to endeavor to do, is create a space to plant a seed beyond the superficial sort of things that are happening in the exterior, the situational things, more into the spiritual core. Why? Because when we're going through periods of adversity, uncertainty, and we're stuck in the space of unknown, it can feel daunting and, again, inaccessible is the word that keeps coming through, to really bring in and weave this whole energy of awakening. Maybe because in the past we've already gone down that path and we've realized, hey, yes, I did this whole renewal, spring, awakening, only to fall back on the same paradigms and patterns. Oh, I believed that this was really a fresh start, only to be dealt with a new blow the following day, right? The circumstances around us create the situational kind of stuckness that doesn't really allow the truth of renewal to come through, which really has to do with a fresh way of understanding your frequency. Our energetic frequency, it's like this foundational underpinning to everything else. So while we are attempting outside of us to do things, to add things, to buy things, to start things, to make things, we're just doing all these things that kind of pile up on top. There is a foundational underpinning and a core and a flow and a pulse within us that perhaps we're not tending to. And the reason we may not be tending to it is because it is, again, a very vulnerable endeavor to go deeper, to allow the newness to seep through and into a deeper space. The other day, I was sitting with my husband by our little bonfire in the backyard, enjoying this beautiful Miami weather that we've had recently. Nice, crisp chill in the air, which is rare for us, so we've been enjoying it. And I was telling him, we were talking about this this sort of gap that exists between what we see as an ideal life and what we see as our real life. And in my work, in my personal quest, and certainly in the quest that him and I are walking through together as we navigate ALS, and in the work that I've done with dozens and dozens and dozens of really incredible clients over the past few years, this theme continues to emerge. And even if I haven't worked with someone as a client, perhaps they're a friend, perhaps they're a family member, an acquaintance, I can feel this when I'm about to share. We have this gap between this ideal scenario and what's real. And that gap in between feels inaccessible. Why? Because the ideal life scenario is always in some future moment where things have to fall in place, where we have to somehow bring in all of these situations to align together. All these things have to align. And it does feel like it's kind of detached from where we are. Because where we are may feel like we are stuck, like we are sort of in this rut, right? In that hamster wheel of just one thing after the next and one day after the next. We crave the freshness of the freedom to express ourselves. We crave the fresh energy of coming up with new ideas, the energy of really walking through life being ourselves and not who other people expect us to be. The freshness of being able to change our mind and our perspective, the freshness of just kind of seeing life a little less crunchy and a little more expansive. But then because the ideal life, quote unquote, feels so far out there, we don't give ourselves the opportunity to find what's sort of the middle path. Like, what is the path that combines these two streams, right? That combines the energy of this is my life, this is what I'm walking every day, and then there's this other beautiful ideal scenario. We stay stuck in this perpetual limbo of not reaching the thing that we want because it feels so far removed. And the reality is that we do not have to escape our life to feel the influx of fresh energy that our souls desire. At some points in life, that is way harder than others. Trust me, I know. And it's still not impossible. This is where choosing optimism in the face of adversity and uncertainty becomes a true superpower. Not a superficial superpower, but like a true, deep inner rearranging of your inner cosmos to see life differently. And not because we're pretending, but rather because you're really recalibrating your inner system. Mind, body, soul, but specifically mind, heart, soul, right? To see your life with a new truth. And really what happens is that you're not like adding a lens to see through. You are removing the lenses that keep you from seeing yourself. Now, I hope you're following along I hope whatever I'm saying at least lights up some part of you, that even if it feels like, it somehow like touches a part that says, there's something there. Don't worry about these big, massive, life-transforming moments that just change everything. We might have a handful of those in our lifetime, absolutely. But really, the changes and the shifts and what I call the shivets, which are the shifts and the pivots in our life, happen sometimes in the most subtle ways and moments. So give yourself the gift of seeing that as well. So let us cultivate some optimism in the face of uncertainty. Let us seek to see life through new eyes, deeper eyes, the eyes of a soul that chooses to be connected to its intuition. And maybe it doesn't even exactly understand what that means, but it can feel the difference, the subtle difference between when we focus our energy externally and everything that is happening to us, and we shift to the energy within and everything that we are germinating and cultivating within us that then seeks to find its way out and to radiate through us. Allow that to be the space where you explore and sit with these words. I invite you to close your eyes or keep them wide open, whatever feels good for you. Take a breath and find a nice, gentle rhythm of breath. And imagine that you are inhaling fresh energy as you exhale out everything that is ready to be released. Let that be an intuitive, easeful motion of inhale and exhale, trusting that you are exhaling exactly what gets to go, and that you are inhaling a new moment, a new moment, a new moment. I invite you to smile. Smile. Smile with that beautiful smile that you have. Find it in your lips. Find it in your face. I invite you to smile with your eyes. I invite you to smile with your heart. I invite you to smile with your mind. I invite you to smile with your throat. Allow that beautiful place of authentic voice to relax, to find some aspect of peace, to know that it belongs, to know that yes, it can unfurl and grow like little seedlings finding their way out from the moist, dark earth, piercing through. And allow that energy to pierce within. The breath of a new moment, the first cry of a child, the eyes opening to a new dawn. Allow that energy, subtle as it may be, to find its way through to what you experience to be the center of your being. Perhaps it's the center of your heart. Perhaps there's a different point within your physical body and your energetic body that seems to be the core and the center of your very being. Allow that energy to go beyond all the situations and all the circumstances around you. Anything that feels stuck. And our goal here is not to change everything around us. We're not going to push back. We're not going to resist. We are going to sit in optimism and acceptance. Because it is so. Your life is so. And there is a particular set of circumstances right now that is helping you to grow, to evolve. Honor those circumstances. Receive them. Don't push them away. Don't push anything away right now. Allow yourself to be in a receptive state Perhaps it feels untethered, uncertain, and unknown. Good. Part of our path in walking in magic is to find safety, our own sense of safety, within the unknown and the uncertain, because that, my friend, is where the magic truly happens. Right there, in that tender space where your divinity intersects with your humanity, where all of a sudden everything that is around you and everything that is within you finds a point of connection. The big why. Why am I here? Why am I going through this? Why this pain? Why? We don't have to dwell on the why, but we could bring it to our lips and ask for the why to be illuminated, so that we can then open our eyes and look forward boldly and tenderly into a future that includes the next steps that we can walk towards, wobbly and imperfect as they will likely be. And that is all okay. Allow yourself to sit in that energy of the in-between, that liminal space. Allow yourself to listen. Liminal listening. Take a breath. Inhale and exhale here. Allow something more to grow within you. A new perception, perhaps, of how reality connects with your inner world. And know that the cosmos and the energy around us is holding us in this moment. And it is also challenging us in this moment at the same time. We will create from the chaos. It doesn't mean it's going to be an easy path. But hey, seekers and walkers of magic, we get to find the fruit within the brambles. We get to find the fruit amidst the thorns, the juiciest fruit. We get to bravely move our hands through the thorns, find it, discover it, and then bring it to light, and then show it to other people and go, look, this was here too. This was here too. Take a deep breath in. Now we were going to sit in a moment of stillness. Whatever comes through in this space, allow it to be so. There's no agenda other than to dwell in this space. What are you growing through right now? What are you learning through? And how can you create from this place? How can you rise up and test the world around you in new ways? How can you boldly and gently take a step forward, holding yourself in trust and the belief that you will indeed prevail as long as you maintain yourself in the magical momentum of knowing that you are here for a purpose, and that those threads of purpose will continue to emerge, weave themselves and braid themselves together. Take a deep breath. Exhale with a smile. Maybe shake your shoulders just a little bit. May this fresh start be a symbolic step forward for all of us. May you find your freedom and your wisdom and your truth within the tangled brambles of whatever reality you're living in, and whatever reality we are all living in right now. May we find the truth within and have the courage to bring it out and share it with the world. And so it is, and so it is, and so it is. Thank you so much for joining me, my friend. I hope this supported you. Thank you for following my work. I appreciate you being here. It is an honor to hold the space and create with you. May we continue to dance into renewal. You can find some links below to find additional ways to work with me and connect with me. There's lots of goodies. I hope you explore. Be well, my friend. Until next time, adios.